Hello and welcome! I'm Jade of Jaded Reader, and today I'm going to be announcing DraconAthon 2021. If you do not know what DraconAthon is, it is a dragon or draconic creature based readathon where we read different books having draconic creatures in them from all around the world. This is my second year co-hosting with the lovely Soleil of Little Readers Corner. We did it in the year 2020 and it was such a blast. We had so much fun that we are back to do it again. And this announcement video is going to cover all you would need to know to participate in the month of August. Which brings me up to my first point. DraconAthon 2021 will be taking place August 1st all the way through the 31st. So that is all of August. You have all of August to complete these prompts and read these books. I myself am a bit of a slow reader, and this allows for a lot of different draconic activities as well. We really loved our draconic community last year and how at ease everyone seemed to be. We just hung out, talked about dragons, read dragon books, screamed, freaked out, had watchathons. It was so much fun. So we are again spending all of August on draconic books, and now I'm going to get into the prompts so you'll know what kind of draconic books you will be reading in the month of August if you decide to join us. Last year's prompts, we had 7 going over all the continents, except for Antarctica, because there's not many Antarctic authors or Antarctic dragons. We just doubled up on Africa and called it a day. It was so much fun. Now that we have covered the 7 continents, we can get even further into different cultural dragons around the world, because if there is one thing that is universal, it is dragons. In draconic creatures, we decided to go with 5 prompts this time. So we'll have 5 dragon prompts and 5 global prompts. I'll get into global prompts later, so don't sweat it right now. Just think about dragons. The first of our dragon prompts is going to be Chiwen. Chiwen is one of the 9 sons of the dragon in Chinese mythology. He's often depicted staring off into the distance and is a lover of poetry. So Chiwen's prompt is going to be reading a dragon-based or dragon-featured piece of poetry or an entire poetry book. Whatever you find, as long as it both has dragons and poetry, it counts for this prompt. If it's a larger book and has a piece of dragon poetry in it, it counts. We are chill. We just want to have fun and read poetry with Chiwen the dragon. That is the dragon prompt. For the global prompt, if you cannot find a dragon piece of poetry but still want to complete Chiwen's prompt, you can go to the global prompt. For the global prompt, you are honoring Chiwen by reading a book from his culture or origin. In that case, you'd be reading a book from China or from a Chinese author, or on a larger scale, Asia. We try and make it both on the micro and macro scale so that you have plenty of room to play. And for the Chiwen prompt on the global half, it does not have to be a dragon book, so if you're having trouble finding dragons but still want to honor Chiwen, the global prompts would be for you. This can be any type of reading. It would not have to be poetry, though. I mean, there's some fantastic Chinese poetry out there, so I hope that that makes sense for the global prompts, and I'll continue listing both the dragon and the global prompts so you'll have an understanding of how they coexist. Our next dragon prompt is Nidhogg. Nidhogg is a morally gray, villainous dragon from Norse mythology, and he's often depicted gnawing on the root of the world tree. For Nidhogg's prompt, you'll be reading a book with a morally gray or villainous character, sometimes a bit of an anti-hero. Anything within that vein will cover this prompt, and of course it would need to be a dragon book. On the global prompts, in order to honor Nidhogg, Scandinavia is a sub-region of Northern Europe, which encompasses Denmark, Norway, Sweden, so more narrowly the Scandinavian peninsula, or on a broader scale, you could also include Finland and Iceland. Our third dragon is Nanabolele, and Nanabolele actually has an amazing story with a dragon-slaying princess. I will leave a link down below so you can read about Thakane, the princess who slayed Nanabolele, or possibly several Nanaboleles, which is a crocodile-type draconic creature with beautiful, shimmery, shiny scales. And so for Nanabolele's prompt, you will be reading a book with a beautiful cover. This is a fairly easy prompt to fulfill as long as it has dragons in it and a beautiful cover. You are set. I can say for certain our group book, which I will get to at the end of this, definitely would fit this prompt easily, and I'm super excited about it. On to the global prompt. Nanabolele is part of Basotho mythology, which is part of the Bantu ethnic group in southern Africa. So reading a book from that ethnic group or culture, or on a broader scale, Africa, will do perfectly fine for Nanabolele. Our fourth dragon is Tiamat. Tiamat is a primordial goddess of the sea, often depicted as a dragon, and is also known to have mated with the god of the groundwater. She's a creator goddess and part of the sacred marriage between different waters. So for Tiamat, you would be reading a dragon book featuring rivers and oceans. There are so many different books that take place at sea, having draconic sea creatures or dragons attacking pirate ships. The world is your oyster when it comes to dragons and the sea, so I urge you to set forth and find them because there's a lot of really good ones out there. But if for some reason you do not want to read one or you cannot find them, you also have the global prompt as an option, and Tiamat is an ancient Babylonian myth that can be found in modern day Iraq or on a larger scale the Middle East. Then you are completely set for the global prompt involving Tiamat. The last prompt and last dragon we're going to be talking about is Angont, and he is a reptilian dragon that supposedly dwelled in desolate places in the depths of the underground. He had poisonous skin and was definitely not a benevolent dragon by any means. Very malevolent dragon. He's known to be huge and venomous. So for Angont's prompt, we are looking for a dragon book featuring disasters, chaos, and poison, which often do go hand in hand with dragon books, so I wish you all the luck in fulfilling this prompt. If for some reason that's not the case for you, of course you have the global prompt. Angont is a dragon from mythology in the Wyandot Native American folklore. The Wyandot people, also called the Huron, are an Iroquois-speaking people from North America who emerged as a tribe around the north shore of Lake Ontario in Canada. So while for this global prompt it also covers on a larger scale the North Americas, I want to make it really clear that we are looking for Indigenous authors and Indigenous works from North America. If you do go on a broader scale outside of the Huron people, just want to make that really clear that we're using the prompts correctly and making sure that we are honoring Angont to our best ability and reading a book from his culture. Those are our 5 dragons and technically our 10 prompts. You can both mix and match these. You can just do global, you can just do dragons, you can try and do them all. However you want to do this is up to you. And on top of having dragon prompts, we also will be doing draconic activities. This was so much fun last year and we really decided to expand the different activities that we do. Alongside reading dragon books, we also will be hosting a giveaway. So the more you participate, the more that you tag us and join in, the higher chance you'll have of winning a dragon book at the end of this, which should always be a goal. Always be trying to get those dragon books. And on top of that, we will have different activities such as crafting and art for dragons. So this can be as simple as drawing a picture of a dragon, which actually isn't that simple. I've been trying to draw dragons my entire life. They look awful, but you can have fun with that. All the way up to Soleil trying to create a stuffed animal dragon this year. So we have quite a few things that we'll have mapped out for you guys that you can choose from. And if none of those appeal to you, please do your own dragon crafter activity and share with us. We want to see it all. Apart from that, last year we had fire flakes, which was delicious. I still make fire flakes. I kid you not. I made fire flakes a few months ago as a snack for myself and they were amazing. But we have expanded our food making prompts such as a dragon fruit lemonade, or we are also going to try and attempt to make dragon's beard, which is like a spun cotton candy. Really looking forward to that. Going to be a disaster. Cannot wait. I hope you join us. Or of course, do your own dragon type food and share and post with us. Then finally, we will be having a watch party. This was so much fun last year and we are bringing it back. We will be hosting watch alongs both on Disney Plus and Netflix. On Disney Plus, Raya and the Last Dragon, and on Netflix, we will be watching Wish Dragon. We are going to try and make these watch parties as inclusive as possible and have as many time zones available. This of course will also be in addition to live shows. Soleil and I will be hosting sprints and live shows throughout the week and definitely on the weekend on our Discord, Twitter, and of course YouTube. So look out for those if you'd like to read alongside us or with your draconic peers. We are trying to host as many of those as possible. On the topic of social medias, we're a little bit of everywhere, but I can say for certain the places we will be most active is of course YouTube for our live shows, and then our Discord is always poppin' during DraconAthon. We had so much fun on our Discord. It is open now and the link will be down below below. That is a place you can share your different dragon books and TBRs. We will have our read along on there so you can go through each chapter and react alongside us. If you have a question and you want a quick response, Discord is the place for you, as well as our Instagram, which will also be linked down below, having plenty of dragon recommendations. So if you are more of a cover buyer and don't want to look at our Google Doc list, I recommend our Instagram for a gigantic list of dragon books for you to search. The Google list I mentioned is just that. It's a giant draconic Google list of a whole bunch of different dragon books, which you can actually help with. We have the prompts organized inside of this Google Doc, and you can place different dragon books you feel fit those prompts inside there, so you can help out your fellow draconic readers in finding books that fit each prompt. You can also just find a gigantic group of dragon books. It's a chaotic place, but it's a great place, and I so appreciate our crowdsourced list of dragon books. It's amazing, and it helped me so much in choosing my TBR this year. While my TBR will not be coming out until the end of the month, I can share with you our group book. I am so excited. Soleil read this last year as the advanced reader's copy and fell in love with it, and the sequel for it is coming out in the fall, so if you read this book in the summer, you're prepped for fall. And that is the group book Blaze Wrath Games by Amparo Ortiz. I am so excited to read this. It's perfect this time of year. This is an action-packed dragon book in a contemporary fantasy world taking place in Puerto Rico, where you have dragons that are in a tournament-style World Cup. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Soleil has given her stamp of approval, so if you'd like to join us for our group book, this is it. It's Blaze Wrath Games. It has an absolutely gorgeous cover, and we are really looking forward to reading it all with you. That is it. I believe that is all I have to share with you presently for DraconAthon 2021. We have put a lot of work and effort into making this readathon happen, and we so hope that you will join us. All of the social media links are down below, as well as a playlist of last year's DraconAthon if you're really trying to get a sense of if this is the readathon for you. And if I forgot anything, which is completely likely, I will also link my co-host Soleil's announcement video up above. Just make sure you check that description box because she will have information in there as well. And until our TBRs come out at the end of the month, I hope you're enjoying the sun or more stars wherever you are, and until next time, bye! Oh, this really squeezes the head, but it's so pretty. La 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 la. My leg is still asleep. I can't move. I'm doing a Strange the Dreamer unboxing now, so I'm just taking a sip and going on.